Good morning, everybody. And this is episode 3 of the Blue Chair Chronicles. So, why is it called the Blue Chair Chronicles? Because I'm sitting in a blue chair. Let's go. It is Saturday, and it is, of course, a college football Saturday. I'm a huge Carolina fan, and man, it's going to be a good day. But first, we got to talk about some other things that are on my mind. Man, what is on my mind today? I want to talk a little bit about spirituality and Christianity and how I had this experience. I really don't know what to think about it now that I'm like out of the church and I'm not a Christian anymore. I would say I'm more of a spiritual person. I'm on a journey trying to figure what that looks like for me. So this episode will be a little bit different. The last two focused on money, and this third one is going to focus on spirituality. And I'm going to share with you an experience that I had and maybe some unorthodox views of what I think faith, heaven, and Christianity is. I'm going to try to think back. This is a very dark time in my life. Back in around 2016 to 2020, I had some very rough years. And that night, I just went to bed. It was like in the fall, sometime between September and October. I remember going to bed, and I remember that day, specifically, I remember that day, I was driving somewhere in Anchorage, Alaska, and there was this gentleman. Usually, if you see people on the side of the road, it's the same people asking for money, asking for food, and just asking for anything that you have to spare. And so I saw this young man. I've never seen him before. He was on one of the main streets of Anchorage, and I just, I was at McDonald's right there, and I went up and I grabbed him a Big Mac and a Coke, actually some water since he was out in the heat. And I just said, "Hey, bro, you hungry? Here's something to eat." I parked my car at the gas station, ran over to him, gave him the bag, And I said, "Thank you." I said, "Take care, do your thing, man." And never saw him again. Even after a few years of living in Anchorage after that, never saw him at that intersection again. So I go to bed that night, and I I remember waking up in this palace. Now I don't know if this is a dream or an experience. I'm still trying to decipher it. I woke up in this palace, right, and there was these two gentlemen there. And it was all gold and silver and like precious metals. Everything was made of gold and silver, but there was light, there were trees, and it was peaceful. And there was these two guys. They looked like they were from like the 1800s. They had like a top hat on with the little um, like little thing that goes like the glasses and kind of attaches to the suit. I forgot the name of that. And they're just sitting there chilling, playing chess. They look over to me and they just wave and smile, and I just give them a nod. And then I look to my left, and there's these huge brown doors, and they just open up. And out walks this woman, or what I believe a woman would be in this place. And she's like 9, 10 feet tall, and she has these huge wings, and she has like a halo or a crown over her head, and she looks beautiful. And so I'm like, okay, who is this? And she walks up to me, and she says, "Stanley, because you loved one of us, I'm going to show you love in this place." So she picks me up like a parent would pick up your baby, right? And she just lies me in her bosom and gives me a hug. Now, I don't know if this was a guardian angel, which I think it may have been, based off some other things I experienced, or just an angel in heaven. But this was when I was going through some of my darkest moments. I had like a suicide attempt during that time, or self-deletion, sorry. I know that word is triggering for some people. And I really was trying to figure out, what is that? Because I ran into that entity or being 2 to 3 more times while I was in Anchorage. And since I moved back home to South Carolina, never heard from him again, if it is real. So that's just, I don't know. It's interesting. Like heaven, and if I believe it to be real, if heaven is a real place, right? then this entity was an angel. And then the guy I met that I never saw again on the streets of Anchorage was an angel in disguise, right? So he was an angel chilling and he came down to earth and he said, "What's up? Hey, will anybody help me?" And then somehow I got rewarded in a heavenly realm. Now, based off Christianity and what I know, that's what makes sense to me. But now that I'm out of Christianity, I'm like, was I just like, I ate something bad that night, you know? But it was still a beautiful moment that I needed in that time. So, I don't know. That's a short little video today about spirituality. I know it's a bit jumbled, but I just wanted to get it out there into the world. I don't know. Have you had experiences with angelic beings, with supernatural, spiritual creatures when you were going through a hard time in your life? I know that at that moment, that's what I needed. I needed that angelic creature to tell me that, hey, you're okay. You're doing great. You know, my marriage wasn't in a good place. I didn't feel like a great dad to my son. And that creature gave me, our guardian angel, gave me some peace in a very rough time in my life. So who knows? Just wanted to put that out there into the world. More on this later. This is a very short episode of the Blue Chair Chronicles. I've got to get on the road to go see the game. Have a great day and take care. We'll see you next time.